I have created a Visegrad League system in FootballManager, featuring 30 clubs from the 4 Visegrad countries. Simulating 50 seasons into the future, which club will win the most trophies and be crowned the Visegrad champions. Hey, how's it going, and welcome to another Super League video. And up in today's video, I have created a Visegrad League system featuring a Super League and a First League. Before we get started though, I should probably explain to most of you what Visegrad actually is. I personally had never heard of it before I got recommended this video in one of my comment sections. The Visegrad Group, or V4, is actually a political alliance between 4 nations: Hungary, Poland, Czechia and Slovakia as well. And the reason why it's called the Visegrad Group is because when it started in 1991, I believe, they actually had the meeting at the Visegrad Castle in the town of Visegrad itself, which is located in Hungary. So basically it's a political alliance between those 4 nations. And to be honest, I actually think it's quite an interesting video idea. That's hence why I've created it here today. And we've got 16 teams in a Super League and 14 teams in a First League. And as you can see there, it says Hungary there because, as I said before, the town of Visegrad is located in Hungary. So I couldn't not make it in the Hungarian league system. So we've only got 30 clubs on show here today across 2 leagues. We've got 10 from Czechia, 8 from Hungary and Poland, and 4 from Slovakia as well. I'll go into more detail on the teams in a second, but every 3-star club that is from those 4 countries feature in the league system here. And then after that point, I made it a little bit more interesting, I'd say. I didn't go with the 30 biggest clubs in total as I usually would do. I actually picked some more historic clubs from these countries, some of the most successful, most supported clubs from Poland, Hungary, etc., to make up the rest of the teams here. So first of all, let's actually get started with the Super League. 16 teams in the Super League, and some quite familiar names as well. In here we've got Ferencváros, who are the biggest team from Hungary in the Super League here. We've also got Slavia Prague and Sparta Prague, the 2 most historic clubs from Czechia. We've got Slovan Bratislava, the biggest club from Slovakia here in the Super League as well. We've also got Legia Warsaw and Lech Poznan as well, the 2 biggest clubs from Poland these days in the Super League as well. But along with those teams, we've also got Baník Ostrava, who are a Czechia team, Dunstreda, who are actually a Slovakian team, but if I'm not mistaken, their nickname is actually the Hungarians because they're very, very close to the border of Hungary, and historically it used to be a part of Hungary, but maybe I'm wrong, so don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure I read that before. We've also got Mlada Boleslav in here as well, another Czechia team. Got Pogon from Poland, Puskás Akademia from Hungary, Rakov from Poland as well, Sigma Olomouc, Slovako, Slovan Liberec and Victoria Polsen, all from Czechia as well. Czechia have the best teams and the best league system from these 4 countries. Down into the First League, we've got 14 teams, and similar to my most previous video as well, I've created the league system. I've basically created the league system again from scratch, so got rid of any stupid rules regarding non-EU players and things like that. And also, as you can see here, there's no relegation from the First League, so these 30 clubs featuring these 2 tiers here will feature indefinitely. So in the First League, got still some quite big teams, I'd say. Maybe not so big these days, but teams such as Bohemians, who are another team from Prague. Obviously not as big as Sparta and Slavia Prague. We've also got Cracovia in here as well, obviously from Krakow in Poland. Debrecen, Fehérvár, both from Hungary. Górnik from Poland. Žďár from Honvéd, both from Hungary. We've got Jablonec from Czechia. MTK Budapest from Hungary, of course. We've also got Ruk from Poland. Trnava from Slovakia. Újpest from Hungary. Wisla Krakow, a second Krakow team from Poland. And finally, Zelina from Slovakia. Also, along with these two leagues I've created, I've also created a Visegrad Cup as well, which again, similar to my Mediterranean league system I created. If you haven't watched that, I'll explain it to you. In the Visegrad Cup, so obviously in Hungary they've got more than 2 tiers in their league system, not in FootballManager, but in total. But I've made it so only the 30 clubs in the league system here feature in the Visegrad Cup. So it's quite a small cup competition, you'd say. In the first round, 28 teams compete, so 14 teams go through to the second round, and obviously the 2 biggest clubs by seeding will get a bye into the second round, and then we'll have a round of 16, quarter-final, semi-final, final. Well, a final is the end, obviously. Also, as you can see, the winner qualifies for the Europa League, as is common with most cup competitions. Also, I've changed the prize money for the cup as well, so the winner of the cup gets £2.5 million, and the loser gets £1 million. We also get £1 million for winning the semi-final, 500k for winning the quarter-final, 250k for the second round, 100k for the first round. You also get 50k just for participating as well. Into the Super League, well, I've made it so the teams play each other twice. A little bit of a short league system, but some other big leagues have only 30 games played as well, such as Portugal, for example, although they have changed it very recently. So only 30 games in the Super League. But as you can see here, I've got rid of any stupid rules regarding non-EU players, and have to have a certain amount of Hungarian players as well. The only rules I've got here in the Super League is a minimum of 4 players trained at the club for 3 years before their 21st birthdays, and also a maximum squad size of 50 players. Also, as you can see here, I made changes to the prize money in the Super League as well. Get £5 million for winning the Super League, £4 million for second place, then £3 million in third place, all the way down to 500k. So even if you finish bottom of the Super League, you still get 500k, and also got a parachute payment in here as well for relegated clubs of £5 million. Down into the First League, it's a little bit different because there's only 14 teams in the First League, so only 26 games in the season is a little bit light, it has to be said. So I've made it so the teams play each other 3 times. As you can see there, 39 games in total. Teams play each other 3 times. Top 2 teams get promoted automatically to the Super League. Then 3rd to 6th place compete in a playoff over 2 legs in both the semi-final and the final as well. And as you can see here, the prize money for the First League is £1 million for the winner, 900k for the second place, and all the way down to 100k, I believe, even though it's not showing there, but I'm pretty sure I made it 100k. So even if you finish bottom of the entire league system, you'll still get 100k in your prize money. Also, again, similar to the Super League, no stupid rules in place for the First League either. There's actually no rules in place here. I'm sure I made it the maximum squad size of 50 players, but it seems like I didn't, so it doesn't really matter anyway. It's just, obviously 50 players in your squad is more than enough, so it seems like you've got an unlimited amount of players in your squad in the First League. Also, I've set the Super League to be the 8th biggest league in Europe at the start here. I tried to make it a little bit as realistic as I could. I felt like this league system is better than the Belgian league system, but I don't know if it's quite as good as the Portuguese league system or the Dutch league system as well. So I put it at 8th place at the start of the video here. Also in the First League, I've changed it to be the 32nd biggest league in Europe, just below the Italian Serie B. And the Visegrad Cup is the 7th biggest cup in Europe at the start of the video here. Also, as usual, if you want to download the database for yourself and play with any of the 30 clubs on show here, there'll be a link down in the description below. You can follow that, download it, and have fun with this database. So before we actually get started, let's check out the reputation of the clubs here. And top place, we actually have a Hungarian team in Ferencváros, who are the biggest team from the Visegrad group, shall I say. We've actually got 4 3.5-star clubs at the start here. 1 from Hungary in Ferencváros, 2 from Czechia in Slavia Prague and Sparta Prague, and also Legia Warsaw as well. But just below them though, we've actually got a lot of 3-star clubs, but the most notable ones are the ones just below in Victoria Plzeň from Czechia, Lech Poznan from Poland, and Slovan Bratislava from Slovakia as well. But we've got a lot of 3-star teams, as you can see, all the way down to Újpest in the First League there. And in terms of the smallest clubs in the league system, that actually goes to Ruch Chorzów and Wisla Kraków as well, both from Poland. They both start off with a 2-star reputation. As I said, every single 3-star club from these 4 nations feature, but then there was a lot of 2.5-star clubs, and it was kind of hard to pick which teams deserve to make it into the league system. So I decided to do things a little bit different. I decided to check out the history of all the clubs, or not all the clubs, but the main clubs from these countries, and I narrowed it down to a few clubs who have the biggest fan bases from the countries, and also the most successful clubs in the countries as well. That is why Wisla Kraków and Ruch are featuring here today, because actually both of these teams play in the second league in Poland these days. But of what I understand, of what my research told me, these two are 2 of the top 5 or top 10 most supported clubs in Poland. But of course, you can't please everyone, and some people will be upset their teams don't feature in this league system. But also, I shall say that if you have any sort of basic knowledge of the editor, it is very, very simple to swap out one of the teams and put your favourite club in the league system. So in this video, I will go forward 50 seasons into the future. We'll stop off at 5 season intervals, and at the end of the video, I'll count up all the trophies and we will crown the winner of the Visegrad group here. So without further ado, let's go forward now to 5 seasons into the future. Which team will dominate the early stages? So 5 seasons played, we've still got 4 3.5-star clubs, but we have a new leader at the top, and it is Slavia Prague. And just below them is their fierce rival Sparta Prague. Then we have Ferencváros and Viktoria Plzeň, all with a 3.5-star reputation. Below that point, we've still got a whole host of clubs with a 3-star reputation. Újpest have climbed up quite nicely. They're now the 5th biggest club in the Visegrad group here, followed by Rakov from Poland, then Debrecen. Legia have actually fallen down quite a lot in these early stages. They were one of the 4 3.5-star clubs, and now they're currently sitting in the first league. So 5 seasons played, we had 4 different winners so far. The first ever winner of the Visegrad Super League, though, were a Slovakian team, and it was Slovan Bratislava. After that point, though, we've had 4 Czechia winners. Well, 3 Czechia winners, but 4 in a row. Slavia Prague won the first in 2025. Then Sparta Prague a year later, then Viktoria Plzeň, and then Sparta Prague are the first team to win 2 Super League titles, winning it in 2028. Unfortunately, the league has declined to be the 11th biggest league in Europe in the first 5 seasons here. It actually had a big decline from 8th to 9th and then all the way down to 13th, but it seems like we're starting to get a little bit of steadiness back with the league again. They're climbing out up to be 11th biggest in Europe. Hopefully, it'll crack the top 10 again in the near future. Well, in this latest league season here, had quite a title battle on our hands here. Sparta Prague won the league title, but only 2 points clear of Slavia Prague in second place there, and only 5 points clear of Ferencváros in third place. Rakov made it to 4th place, and Sigma Olomouc finished in 5th place in this season. And look at that. In terms of relegated clubs, well, Slovakia, Dunstreda, and also Slovan Bratislava finished bottom of the league with just 20 points. They were, of course, the first ever winner of the Super League here, so they have declined quite a lot in the last 4 seasons. Only got 3 wins and 20 points, and have been relegated to the First League. Talking of the First League, and Legia have won the First League with 71 points. Another giant have fallen down into the First League, but at least they're back in the Super League for this season. Also, Puskás Akademia have been promoted in 2nd place there, and Pogoń from Poland been promoted as well, winning the playoffs and finishing in 3rd place also. Well, in terms of the weakest team at the 5-season mark here, that goes to Ruk, who finished bottom of the league with 34 points, and Wisla Kraków just above them in 13th place. So they haven't changed too much, these 2 clubs, in the first 5 seasons. Also, the first ever winner of the First League was Újpest, and 2 Hungarian clubs have won it so far, 2 Czechia clubs, and 1 Polish club. Into the cup, we've had 5 different winners so far. Sigma Olomouc from Czechia won it in the first ever season. Then Sparta Prague, Ferencváros with the first major win for a Hungarian team in 2026. Then Slovan Bratislava, so that makes it even more interesting their decline, because they won the league in the first season and they also won the cup last season, but they've been relegated with just 20 points. And this season, Slavia Prague won it in 2028. So what I can see so far in the first 5 seasons, the only nation not to win a major trophy are the Polish clubs. 10 seasons played now. For the first time, we have 5 3.5-star clubs, which include Slavia Prague on top of the list again, still. Then Sparta Prague in 2nd place, then Ferencváros, then Viktoria Plzeň, a 3rd Czechia club, and Újpest, a 2nd Hungarian club. So from the 5 3.5-star clubs, 3 are from the Czechia and 2 are from Hungary. Again, we've got a whole host of 3-star clubs, too many to mention here, but the ones just below there, we've got Rakov, Jablonec, Slovan Bratislava, and Lech Poznan. Well, unfortunately, in the Super League, the Czech domination continues, because now it's 9 seasons in a row where a Czech club has won the Super League title. Sparta Prague actually made it back-to-back Super Leagues in 2029. Then Viktoria Plzeň won their 2nd title in 2030, but the last 3 seasons has all been about Slavia Prague. They have won 3 Super Leagues in a row from 2031 to 2033. Also, the league system climbed back into the top 10, getting to 9th place for a couple of seasons, but it's declined again to be only the 11th biggest league. Well, in this latest league table here, Slavia Prague were quite convincing. They finished 8 points clear of Viktoria Plzeň in 2nd place there. Sparta Prague made it 3 Czechia clubs in the top 3 there in 58 points, and there's quite a big gap to the 4th place there. But Legia, they've come along quite well since they suffered relegation, finishing in 4th place this season with 46 points. Ferencváros in 5th place there, and Jablonec, another Czech club, in 6th position. In terms of relegated clubs from this season, that goes to Dunstreda from Slovakia, Slovan Liberec from Czechia, and Pogoń from Poland. Into the First League, and the latest champions have been Bohemians, another Czech club. They've been promoted along with Trnava, who finished, well, they finished just below them on goals scored, I should believe, or maybe results between teams actually. Wow, it's quite a thrilling title race in the first league as well, because as you can see, only 4 points separated. Baník Ostrava in 5th place and Bohemians in 1st place there. And also look at this. The weakest team at the start of the video here, Ruk, have been promoted to the Super League. Despite finishing in 6th place, they qualified for the playoffs. As the underdogs, they won the playoffs. They were promoted along with Trnava and Bohemians. And the weakest team at this point goes to Cracovia, who finished bottom of the league with just 34 points. Well, into the Cup, and in 2029, Fehérvár won it, a team from Hungary. After that, Slovakia won it in 2030. Again, 4 more Czechia teams in a row. Slovakia in 2030, then Sparta Prague, and back-to-back wins for Slavia Prague as well. So, not only has Slavia Prague won 3 Super Leagues in a row, they've also won 2 doubles in a row as well. And also, after 10 seasons, the Polish clubs are the only clubs still yet to win a major competition. 15 seasons played now, and still we have 5 3.5-star clubs here in the Visegrad. Top of the list are Slavia Prague still, but we have a new 2nd place, and it is Újpest, who are now the biggest club from Hungary here with 3.5-star reputation. Then we have Sparta Prague in 3rd place now, then Ferencváros and Legia Warsaw as well. Again, we have a load of 3-star clubs. We've actually got 20 3-star clubs in total, but the nearest challengers are Rakov, Jablonec and Debrecen. Wow, things have changed. Things have changed in the Super League. The Czech domination is finally over, and Újpest are doing pretty well. They won their first Super League title in 2034. Slavia Prague got back to winning ways though, making it back-to-back league titles in 35 and 36, and also 5 league titles out of 6 seasons. But Újpest have won the last 2 league titles as well, so 3 out of 5 for Újpest in these last 5 seasons here. The league remains in 11th place, but also look at this. What a league season for Újpest this season. They finished 16 points clear of Legia in 2nd place there. They only lost 1 game all season away to Lech Poznan. So brilliant stuff from Újpest, and we might have a new dominating team on our hands here. Hungarian team Újpest taking over Ferencváros as the biggest team from Hungary, and also they are rivaling Slavia Prague as the biggest club from the Visegrad. In 3rd place is Ferencváros, qualifying for the Europa League along with Sparta Prague, and another Hungarian club in the top 5 in Debrecen. So the Hungarian clubs are going very well at this point now. The Czech clubs have fallen off quite a bit. Where is Slavia Prague, by the way? Slavia Prague are down in 10th position, so what on earth are they doing? Terrible from them. 37 points for Slavia Prague. Definitely a season to forget for them. Also Victoria Polsen. Wow, things have definitely changed in the last 5 seasons. Sparta Prague only good enough to be in 4th place. Slavia Prague only good enough to be a mid-table club, and Victoria Polsen must be in the first league. Well, in terms of relegated clubs, 2 Hungarian clubs in Honvéd and MTK have been relegated, along with a Polish club in Górnik as well. Talking of Victoria Polsen, they have been the latest winners of the first league. They were promoted along with another Czech club in Baník Ostrava and also another Hungarian club in Fehérvár, finishing in 4th place, won the playoffs, and they have also been promoted. In terms of the weakest team at this point, well, look at the state of this. What on earth is happening here? Slovakia are officially the weakest team, only 26 points. But look at Slovan Bratislava. Slovan Bratislava won the first Super League. Let's not forget that. And now they finished 2nd from bottom in the first league. So Slovan Bratislava not doing very well. Not representing the Slovakian flag very well at all. So yeah, time to forget for Slovan Bratislava. They're the weakest Slovakian team in the league system at this moment. So hopefully they get better in the future. But it's not looking very good for them at the moment. Well, in the Cup, and another Prague team has won the Visegrad Cup, and it was Bohemians who won it in 2034. Slavia Prague made it 3 out of 4 cups for them in 35. Fehérvár from Hungary have won it again. We actually had 3 Hungarian winners in a row now, in Fehérvár, Ferencváros and Újpest as well. And again, after 15 seasons, the only clubs from a country that are yet to win a major trophy are the Polish clubs. Well, it's taken a bit of time, but we've finally had a team reach a European final. And who is it? Who can you guess? Of course it was. Újpest, the biggest team at the moment. Not officially by reputation, but they're definitely doing the best. They reached the Europa Conference League final in 2036, but unfortunately, they lost that final to Tottenham. Before we go any further though, guys, please remember that if you do like this video, hit that like button for me. It's very important for the video success. And also, if you're new around here, do hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out and it's much appreciated. A lot of effort has gone into making this video again. I do all the research myself. I put the league together myself as well. Also, as I said, I created new rules and created the league system myself. So it'd be greatly appreciated if you do like the video to please hit that like button for me. It does mean a lot. It does help the view count of the video. a lot in the long run as well. So if you can do that for me, it'd be much appreciated. And also, if you're new around here, you want to see more Super League videos, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Wow, things have definitely changed in the last 5 seasons, because now we have 10 teams, is it? Yeah, 10 teams with a 3.5-star reputation. So we've gained 5 clubs in the last 5 seasons, and no surprise to see Újpest at the top of the list here. Following them, we have Slavia Prague and Sparta Prague. Then Ferencváros in 4th place. Then Legia, another Hungarian club in Debrecen, Jablonec, Rakov, Lech, and another Hungarian club in MTK Budapest as well. So, yeah, the league is growing rapidly, it seems, and it's getting even more competitive as we go on here. Also, it's nice to see it's quite varied as well. We have 4 Hungarian clubs, 3 Polish clubs, and 3 Czechia clubs, all with a 3.5-star reputation. Now, unfortunately, we have got no Slovakian clubs with a 3.5-star reputation. The best Slovakian club at the moment goes to Dunstreda there with a 3-star reputation. Trnava also a 3-star reputation, and then we also have Slovan Bratislava and Zelina as well. So the Slovakian clubs aren't doing too well at the moment, it has to be said, although Slovan Bratislava, of course, have won a Super League and a Cup, and the only ones not to win yet are the Polish clubs. Wow. What on earth is going on here then? What on earth is going on here? We have a complete and utter Újpest domination. They have now won 7 Super Leagues in a row. What on earth is going on here? Out of absolutely nowhere, they have just came and just completely battered everyone else in the Super League. So very, very interesting. They're not even in the they didn't even start in the Super League at the start of the video here. So did magnificent stuff, Újpest. I think they're the 3rd or 4th biggest Hungarian club at the start. So yeah, they're obviously a pretty decent sized club from Hungary, of course. But yeah, if any Hungarian club was to do this, you would expect it to be Ferencváros, but of course not. It's Újpest. So yeah, amazing stuff from them. They won it from 2037 to 2043. They only just won the league this season, though, only 3 points clear of Slavia Prague in 2nd place there, but still 7 in a row for them and 8 out of 10 seasons, which is quite mad. In 3rd place, we have Legia, and 4th place, you have Lech Poznan, and 5th place, you have Wisla Kraków as well. So they've come along very nicely. Wisla Kraków obviously started off as one of the 2-star clubs, and look at that, in 3rd, 4th and 5th place, you have 3 Polish clubs there. Well, in terms of relegated clubs, Victoria Polsna have been relegated again. Cracovia has also been relegated, and it's definitely a season to forget for Puskás Akademia. They've been relegated, finishing bottom of the league with just 15 points. In the first league, and the latest champions have been a Slovakian club in Dunstreda, who won it with 73 points. Bohemians did a good campaign as well, finishing with 71 points. And also Sigma Olomouc, despite finishing in 6th place, they qualified for the playoffs, and they have been promoted with 53 points as well. And the weakest club at this point goes to a Hungarian club in Zsor, who finished bottom of the league with just 41 points. Wow, not only are Újpest dominating the Super League, they're also dominating the Cup as well. They made it 3 Cups in a row from 2038 to 2040. Then the Prague teams have been dominating again. Sparta Prague won back-to-back Cups in 41 and 42, and Slavia Prague are the latest winners of the competition. Well, 25 seasons played here, and our 3.5-star clubs just keep growing and growing. We've now got 13 3.5-star clubs, and Újpest are still top of the league, top of the list, and another Hungarian club in 2nd place in Ferencváros there. Then we have Slavia Prague, then Legia. Victoria Polsna have climbed quite nicely since they had relegations, 2 relegations at least. Then Banach Ostrava, Puskás Akademia, Sparta Prague, Rakov, Lech, Wisla Kraków, Jablonec, and Cracovia as well. The sad thing is, we've still got no Slovakian clubs here with a 3.5-star reputation. The best at this moment in time are actually Trnava, then Dunstreda, then Zelina, and Slovan Bratislava are the weakest Slovakian club again. Well, finally someone stopped Újpest in the Super League, but not for long. They made it 8 Super Leagues in a row in 2044. Slavia Prague finally managed to stop them in 2045, but then Újpest again have won 3 Super Leagues in a row from 2046 to 2048. So they've actually won 11 of the last 12 Super League titles, including 8 in a row. So they continue to dominate Újpest, which is kind of crazy to see. I was expecting someone different to do this, to be honest, but they are the team to upset the apple cart, so to speak. Also, the Super League has climbed in the last 5 seasons to be the 8th biggest league in Europe again, which is nice to see. And in this latest league table, well, the Hungarian teams are dominating. 3 of the top 4 clubs are from Hungary. Újpest in 1st place with 67 points. We've got Ferencváros in 2nd place with 60 points. And Puskás Akademia, last time we checked off, got relegated with just 15 points. They've done well since then. finishing 4th with 48 points. Also got 3 teams qualifying for the Champions League in this season, which is very nice. Slavia Prague also qualifying for the Champions League. Also, look at that. In the top 6, we have 3 Hungarian clubs and 3 Czechia clubs as well. And in 7th place, you have another Czechia club as well. Wow, that's not very nice to see, is it? We had 3 Slovakian clubs in the Super League for this season. None of them Slovan Bratislava. They're the only one to miss out, sorry. But all 3 Slovakian clubs got relegated, unfortunately. Trnava, Dunstreda and Zelina. Zelina finished with just 11 points, but very unlucky for Trnava, it has to be said, because only 1 point separating Trnava and Rakov in 11th place there. So these 3 clubs, these 3 Polish clubs, very lucky to survive relegation. And yeah, not nice to see all 3 Slovakian clubs being relegated. So all 4 Slovakian clubs will be playing in the first league for the next season. Well, in the first league, and Jablanek were pretty dominant, it has to be said. Finished top of the league with 87 points. 12 points clear of Fehérvár in second place, who also were a mile clear of third place Debrecen. And also MTK, another Hungarian club, have been promoted to the Super League as well, winning the playoffs. And in terms of the weakest club at this moment in time, that goes to Slovan Liberec, who are a Czech club, finished bottom of the league with 28 points. Into the Cup, and MTK Budapest won the Cup in 2044, followed by Újpest again in 45, then Slavia Prague, then Újpest again, and then Slavia Prague again in 2048. Well, we've had 2 more teams reach a European final in the last 5 seasons, both of them Czech clubs, but unfortunately, both these Czech clubs have lost the Conference League final as well. Sparta Prague lost to West Ham in 2045, and the following season, Baník Ostrava lost to Hertha Berlin in 2046. So we've had 3 finalists in the Europa Conference League so far, Újpest, Sparta Prague and Baník Ostrava, but unfortunately, they have all lost the Europa Conference League final. Hopefully by the end of the video, we may get a European winner from the Visegrad group. Well, at the halfway point in terms of the trophy race, the top 3, it's quite easy to guess them, to be honest. In third place, we have Sparta Prague, who have won 7 trophies so far. In second place, we have Slavia Prague, who have won 14 trophies so far. But in first place with 17 trophies are, of course, Újpest from Hungary. So at the moment, at the halfway stage, there's a bit of a battle going between Újpest and Slavia Prague for the most dominant team in the Visegrad group here. Újpest are clearly winning at the moment. Sparta Prague a little bit behind them, but obviously there's still 25 seasons to go, so we may still see another club come out and do some sort of domination in the Super League. Also at the halfway point, the Slovakian teams aren't doing so well. It has to be said, all 4 clubs are going to be in the first league for next season, but at least they have won a major trophy. Slovan Bratislava won the Super League, won the first ever Super League and a cup, of course. But the Polish clubs at the halfway point are still yet to win a major trophy. Hopefully, going forward to 30 seasons, we can see a Polish club win either the Super League or the cup. Well, after 30 seasons, we now have 15 3.5-star clubs in the Visegrad League system here. Újpest are still the top club, and Hungarian Ferencváros are in second place as well. Then we have Jablanek, who are randomly the biggest Czech club now, which has come completely out of nowhere. Then we have Slavia Prague in 4th place, Legia, the biggest club from Poland. Then Puskás Akademia, Baník Ostrava, Sparta Prague, Cracovia, Wisla Kraków, Fehérvár, Žor, Zelina. Finally, we've got a Slovakian club with a 3.5-star reputation. Victoria Polzin and Pogon as well. Well, in the Super League, it seems like the Újpest domination calmed down for a little bit, a very little period. Slavia Prague won it in 2049. Then Jablanek, another Czech winner, won it in 2050. Ferencváros, surprisingly with their first league title in 2051 there. And after that, though, Újpest back to dominating. They have won the last 2 Super League titles. In this latest league season, Újpest finished 10 points clear of Victoria Polzin in second place there. Then we have Slavia Prague in 3rd, Legia in 4th, and Sparta Prague in 5th place. And in terms of relegated clubs, well, MTK, Lech and Trnava have all been relegated from the Super League for this season. In the first league, and 2 Polish clubs have been promoted. Pogon winning the league title, and then Wisla Kraków in second place there, and Zelina, a Slovakian club, in 3rd place, winning the playoffs with 70 points. And in terms of weakest club at this point, that goes to Slovako, who finished bottom of the league with just 29 points. Finally, a Polish club has won a major competition, and it was Legia Warsaw who won the cup in this latest season. Victoria Polzin, though, won it in 2049. Then Slavia Prague in 2050, then Baník Ostrava in 2051, and Ferencváros also won it in 2052. Well, the Polish clubs have certainly turned up now after 30 seasons, because Legia have won a cup, but they're also the first ever team from the Visegrad group to win a European competition. They won the Europa Conference League in 2051, beating Real Betis in the final. But also in this latest season, Jablonec from Czechia have also won a Europa Conference League, beating Valencia in the 2053 final. So I think it's safe to say at this moment in time, Jablonec are the biggest Czech club. They've just recently won a Super League, and they've also won the Europa Conference League as well, along with Legia Warsaw, of course. Well, after 35 seasons, and our 3.5-star clubs just keep growing and growing. We've now got 16 3.5-star clubs, and we've got a new team at the top. Out of nowhere again. It's a Czech club, but not the Czech clubs we're thinking of. Jablonec. Jablonec are now the biggest club in the Visegrad group. Again, out of nowhere. Not even the top 3 biggest Czech clubs, Jablonec. So it's definitely quite surprising to say. But they are officially the biggest club at the moment from the Visegrad group here. In second place, you have Lech from Poland, of course. Then Újpest in third place. Then we've got Slavia Prague and Sparta Prague. Wisla Krakow doing very well in 6th position there. Then we've got Legia, Ferencváros, Victoria Polsen, Baník Ostrava, Zelina, Dunstreda, Puskás Akademia, Debrecen, Gornik, and Mlada Boleslav as well. So those are the 16 3.5-star clubs. The good news is we've got 2 Slovakian clubs with 3.5-star reputation as well in Zelina and Dunstreda. So the league is getting even more and more competitive as the time is going on. And obviously a Polish club has won a major competition now in Legia, won 2 actually. And now we're starting to see the Slovakian clubs starting to improve as well, which is nice to see. Well, in the Super League, and it seems like things are changing, because Újpest made it 3 in a row in 2054, but they haven't won it in the last 4 seasons. In the last 4 seasons, only been won by 2 clubs. Jablonec won back-to-back Super Leagues in 2055 and 56, and a Polish club has won the Super League for the first time, and that goes to Lech Poznan, who won back-to-back Super Leagues in 57 and 58. So now that officially means that each country has won a Super League title. A club from each country has won a Super League title at least once now. Of course, Legia won 2 major trophies at the last checkpoint there, but they didn't win the Super League. But finally, the Polish clubs have got that monkey off their back as well, and it seems like they've finally turned up in this video. Well, quite a thrilling race, quite a thrilling title race in this latest league season. Lech finished top of the league, but only 3 points clear of Sparta Prague in second place, and Wisla Krakow in third place as well. So haven't they done well in the recent seasons? Jablonec in 4th place, and Slavia Prague in 5th place. And in terms of relegated clubs, well, Pogoń, Sigma Olomouc and MTK have all been relegated. Look at Legia. Legia just survived relegation with only 2 points clear relegation zone. Also Újpest as well. Újpest only 4 points clear relegation zone. So things are certainly changing in these last 5 seasons. In the first league, and the latest champions have been Mlada Boleslav, who finished top of the league with 69 points. Debrecen in second place, and Puskás Akademia won the playoffs, being promoted as well. And in terms of the weakest team after 35 seasons, well, unfortunately, that goes to Slovan Bratislava, who finished bottom of the league with 39 points. Also, look at this. Sparta Prague got relegated as well because they won the league title in 2055. Also, Lech only have been in the Super League for the last 4 seasons, and they've won back-to-back league titles. So things definitely changed quickly here in the Visegrad League system, and it's a very, very competitive First League and Super League. It's not unheard of or that surprising at all for a team to win the First League and then go on to win the Super League. Also, the First League is climbing very nicely. It's now the 24th biggest league in Europe. It started off as the 32nd biggest, so the First League is climbing very nicely indeed. Into the Cup, and Újpest won the Cup in 54 again, then followed by Ferencváros and Lech Poznan. Are Lech Poznan the new dominant force here? Because they won back-to-back Cups as well in 56 and 57. They hadn't won a trophy before this point. Now they've won 4. Sparta Prague are the latest winners, though, winning in 58. And also nice to see the Cup has cracked the top 5 biggest Cups in Europe. Well, it's taken 40 seasons, but we finally have a 4-star club in the Visegrad League system here. And it's actually a little bit of a surprise. Not if you started the video now, but the way things are going, Sparta Prague are the 4-star club here. So yeah, a little bit out of nowhere there, Sparta Prague. They've been doing alright, but not amazingly. They are the first team with a 4-star and continental reputation as well, which is yeah, pretty nice to see. Below that point, though, we still have a load of clubs with 3.5-star reputation. Wisla Krakow, the second biggest club now. At the start, of course, they were the second weakest club. Now they're the second biggest club and the biggest club from Poland. Then we have Lech in third place. Then Jablonec, Ferencváros, Slavia Prague, Újpest have declined quite a lot. Then Legia, Cracovia, Honved, Puskás Akademia, Pogoń, Žilina, Gornik, Debrecen and Slovan Liberec as well. They're all the 3.5-star clubs. One Slovakian club in there in Žilina. They are flying the flag for Slovakia at the moment. Wow, lovely story that in the Super League, because Wisla Krakow, one of the two-star clubs at the start of the video, they won the Super League in 2059, the second Polish team to win a Super League title, and also the third year in a row a Polish club won the Super League. After that point, though, Sparta Prague went on a little spree. They won 3 Super Leagues in a row from 2060 to 2062. The latest champions, though, are Ferencváros, who won it in 2063. Very tight at the top of the league this season. Ferencváros only finished 2 points clear of Sparta Prague in second place there. Quite a big jump to third place, Wisla Krakow and Lech in third and fourth place there. And also, we only have 4 teams qualifying for a European competition this season, which is a little bit strange. Maybe a first league team won the cup. We shall check in a second. In fifth place, you have Cracovia, so 3 Polish clubs in a row. And in terms of relegated clubs, well, Fehérvár, Baník Ostrava and Ruk have all been relegated to the first league. Wow, in the first league, and Žilina won the first league title with 87 points, but also Debrecen in second place, 20 points clear of third place Slovan Liberec there. Slovan Liberec still got promoted though, winning the playoffs and then promoted along with Žilina and Debrecen. And in terms of the weakest club at this checkpoint here, that goes to Bohemians, the other team from Prague, and finished bottom of the league with 31 points. And also look at Victoria Polzin, not doing very well at all, finishing 4th from bottom with just 37 points. Well, into the cup, and a little bit of a Czech domination happened here because Sparta Prague won back-to-back cups in 59 there. Then Jablonec won back-to-back cups in 60 and 61, and then Sparta Prague again. And finally, we've seen another team from Slovakia win a major competition, and it was Žilina, the team who just won the first league. That's why we had so many teams, such little teams, only 4 teams, shall I say, qualify for European competitions in the Super League, because Žilina in the first league, what a season for them. Winning the first league title and winning the cup as well. So amazing stuff from Žilina, that. And also the cup has climbed to be the 3rd biggest cup in Europe now, just behind the Portuguese Cup and the English FA Cup. Well, with only 10 seasons left to go, it's quite a thrilling trophy race, it has to be said. In 3rd place, we have Sparta Prague with 13 trophies. In second place, we have Slavia Prague with 16. But still in first place, despite not doing too well these days, are Újpest, who have won 21 trophies. So with 10 seasons left to go, which of these 3 clubs or any other club will win the most trophies and be crowned the champions of the Visegrad? Well, 45 seasons played now, and now we have 3 4-star clubs. 2 of them continental and 1 national. Ferencváros are the new leaders in terms of the reputation here, from Hungary of course. Then Sparta Prague maintain their 4-star continental reputation, and Lech Poznan as well. So a Hungarian, Czech and Polish club, all with a 3-star reputation there, which is nice to see. Lech Poznan though only with a national rating. Below that point, of course, we have a load of teams with a 3.5-star reputation again, including the bigger ones, which are Jablonec, Újpest, Wisla Krakow and Slavia Prague. Wow, it's definitely heating up in this trophy race now, because now we've got a new dominant force. Sparta Prague won it again in 64 and then Lech Poznan in 65, but the last 3 seasons have all been won by Ferencváros in 66, 67 and 68. Not only are they trying to overtake Újpest as the biggest club from Budapest and Hungary, but they want to win the most trophies come the end of the video. Had they left it too late though? Probably, but we shall see what happens. They won this latest league title, 8 points clear of Lech in second place there. Then we have Jablonec in 3rd, Sparta Prague in 4th and Wisla Krakow in 5th place there. In terms of relegated clubs, well, Puskás Academia, Žilina and Legia finished bottom of the league this season with just 21 points. In the first league, and the latest champions have been Baník Ostrava. They've been promoted along with Dunstreda from Slovakia and also Debrecen from Hungary as well. And the weakest team at this checkpoint goes to Mladá Boleslav from Czechia, who finished bottom of the league with 28 points. Well, in the cup, and Sparta Prague won it again in 64, followed by Wisla Krakow in 65. Then Újpest, then Jablonec and Sparta Prague are the latest winners again. And also look at this. The Visegrad Cup is now the 2nd biggest cup in Europe. Despite only having 30 teams competing, it's the 2nd biggest cup, only behind the English FA Cup. Wow, Ferencváros are dominating the Super League at the moment, winning 3 Super League titles in a row. And they're also the first team to reach a Europa League final. They reached the Europa League final in 2066, but they lost to the Europa League GOATs in Sevilla, unfortunately, in that final. But they are doing very well in the last 3 seasons. Can they go on a spree to end off the video here, Ferencváros, and win the most trophies? We shall see. Well, with only 5 seasons left to go, unfortunately, it looks like it's too little too late for Ferencvaros. They're in 4th place with 9 trophies. In joint 2nd place, we have Slavia Prague and Sparta Prague with 16 trophies, but Újpest are still top of the list with 22. Ferencvaros need to win all the Super Leagues and all the Cups, and they need to win 3 European trophies just to tie with Újpest in the last 5 seasons. So I think it's safe to say they're not going to do that. So it seems like it's a 3-horse race still between Slavia Prague, Sparta Prague and Újpest. And to be honest, seeing as Slavia Prague or Újpest, well, Újpest haven't won it since 2054 and Slavia Prague haven't won a Super League since 2049. Sparta Prague look like the best option from those 3 clubs, but they're 6 trophies behind Újpest. So, barring some sort of miracle from one of the Prague clubs, it looks like the champions of the Visegrad will be Újpest. Well, the 50 seasons have been played, and nice to see that we end off the video with 4 4-star clubs. Ferencvaros end off the video as the strongest club, and Sparta Prague in 2nd place. Those 2 have 4-star continental reputation, but we also have Lech and Wisla Krakow, both from Poland, with a 4-star reputation. Wisla Krakow, they've done amazing things in this video. As I said before, they started off with a 2-star reputation, and now look at them with a 4-star reputation. So they are a very historic Polish club, and yeah, they're taking it to new heights in this video here today. Below that point, of course, we have an outstanding number of 3.5-star clubs here. But the chasing pack, so to speak, are Jablanek, Puskás Akademia, Slavia Prague, and Újpest. Well, in the Super League, Ferencvaros did go on a dominating spree, it has to be said, but as I said before, it seems like it's a little too late. They did manage to win 7 Super Leagues in a row, so I think it's safe to say that the Hungarian teams had the best domination in the Super League. Újpest managed 8 in a row, I believe, and Ferencvaros made it 7 in a row from 2066 to 2072, but Sparta Prague were the last ever winners of the Super League, winning it in the final ever season. And in the final season as well, we had 7 teams qualifying for a European competition. Sparta Prague finished top of the league, 2 points clear of Ferencvaros in 2nd place there, so Ferencvaros came very close to matching Újpest's record. Lech in 3rd place, Gornik out of absolutely nowhere in 4th position there, and 4 teams qualified for the Champions League is very, very nice. Then we have Puskás Akademia, Újpest and Slavia Prague making up the top 7 there. And in terms of relegated clubs, well, Baník Ostrava, Zelina and Legia have all been relegated in the 1st league in the final season. And nice to see Slovan Bratislava, better late than never. They finally got back to the Super League. Not doing too well, minds, but at least they survived and got back into the Super League finally. Well, in the 1st league, and the final ever champions were a Hungarian club, and it was Zsor who won it with 67 points. And wow, what a title race. Only 1 point separating the top 3 clubs there. So Fehérvár must feel absolutely sick to their stomach not being promoted in the final season. Sigma Olomouc from Czechia got promoted as well, and Honvéd, another Hungarian team, got promoted in the final ever season. And in terms of weakest club at the end of the video, in the whole league system, that goes to Trnava from Slovakia, unfortunately, finished bottom of the league with 36 points. Also, in the final ever season, the 1st league actually cracked the top 20 biggest leagues in Europe. So, if you do download this database and play it for yourself, the 1st league is certainly not a very poor league, and you certainly can go in the 1st league with a weaker team and make a name for themselves in the Visegrad League system. You know how I mentioned that if Ferencvaros won 5 Super Leagues and 5 Cups in the last 5 seasons, they may have a chance? Well, they didn't manage to do that, but they definitely gave it a great effort in the end, because they actually won 3 of the last 5 Cups as well, in 69, 71 and 72. Also, Puskás Akademia won their first major trophy, I believe, which is quite surprising, in 2017. And Sparta Prague actually ended off with a good season, winning a double in the final season, winning the cup as well in 2073. Well, before I actually count up the trophies and crown the champions of the Visegrad, let's check out some of the important records here from the Super League and 1st League. Well, the most times winner of the Super League was Újpest, who won it 15 times in total. The actual highest attendance went between Ruk and Gornik, which is a little bit surprising, with 54,000 attendance there in 2061. The lowest attendance was Puskás Akademia versus Slovan Liberec, only 735 people in attendance. The highest average attendance, though, actually was in the final season for Slavia Prague, with 50,000 people. The biggest win went to Fehérvár, who beat Sigma Olomouc 5-0. And Sparta Prague and Victoria Polsum featured in the highest scoring match, with Sparta Prague winning 4-2. The most matches won in a row, though, went to Ferencvaros, who ended off the Super League pretty dominant, it has to be said. They won 14 in a row in the 2070 season. The most matches lost in a row also went to a Hungarian club in Fehérvár, who lost 10 games in a row. Most matches without losing went to Újpest, who went 34 games unbeaten in the 2037-2038 season. And most games without winning went to Sigma Olomouc, who went 29 games without winning the game. Jablonec went 8 games without conceding the goal, and Trnava went 9 games without scoring a goal as well. In the first league, and the most times winner was actually Cracovia, who won it 5 times, a team from Poland of course. Most points in the season went to Honved, who got 87 points in the 2036 season. They also won 27 games in that season as well. Most league defeats in the season went to Slovakia, who lost 28 games in 2049. And most league draws in the season went to Gornik, who drew 24 games in the 2033 season. The highest attendance in the first league also went between Ruk and Gornik, with 54,000 fans there. So these two must be fierce rivals with each other, must be, in 2025 there. The lowest attendance was also Puskás Academia, with only 419 people turning up for that game versus Mladá Boleslav. And the highest average attendance in the first league also went to Ruk, with 2,054 with 32,250 average fans. They also had the biggest win as well, beating Slovan Liberec 5-0. The highest scoring match was Žor versus Cracovia, 3-3 in 2024. The most matches won in a row went to a Hungarian team in MTK Budapest, who won 10 games in a row. Most matches lost in a row went to Slovakia, 13 games lost in a row. Most games without losing went to Puskás Academia, with 21 games unbeaten. And Ruk also went 24 games without winning a game in 2067. MTK went 9 games without conceding, and Slovakia went 11 games without scoring a goal in 2048. Well, in the cup, the most successful club was actually Sparta Prague, who won 10 cups in total, two more than the next best, which was a fierce rival Slavia Prague with 8. And in Europe as well, of course, unsurprisingly, none of our teams reached the Champions League final. But one of our teams did reach the Europa League final in 2066, which was Ferencváros, but unfortunately lost to Sevilla in that final. And we actually had 2 teams to win a Europa Conference League. Of course, Jablonec won it in 2053 from Czechia, but also Legia Warsaw from Poland also won it in 2051. Well, finally, the moment of truth. In terms of the trophy race, in joint third place, we have Ferencváros from Hungary and Slavia Prague from Czechia, who both won 16 trophies in the end. In second place, you have Sparta Prague, who won 18 trophies in the end. So that means Újpest held on, and they were the most successful team from the Visegrad League system here, winning 22 trophies in total. The most successful Polish club were Lech Poznan, who won 5 trophies in total. And the most successful club from Slovakia were Slovan Bratislava, who of course were the first ever winner of the Super League. So that is the end of this video, guys. As always, if you have your own recommendations for a Super League for me to create in the future, do let me know down in the comment section below. And if it interests me, I certainly will make it in the near future. So that is the end of the video, guys. Please remember that if you do like the video, to hit that like button for me. And also, if you're new around here and you want to see more videos from me, do hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out and it's much appreciated. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.